Sean here from the paradise of Koh Chang in Thailand. Today I'm going to give you the rundown. What's it like in Koh Chang right now? Can you work here as a digital nomad? What are your transportation options? How do you get around? Accommodation, where can you stay? What options are available? What's the food like here? And is it worth it? Should you come here? Alright, let's do it.
I'll also be covering the full living costs for 1 month. We've ventured and explored Thailand, the Philippines, Vietnam and Bali, Indonesia. We've been dishing out some mind-blowing adventures in the most breathtaking places you can imagine. From jaw-dropping landscapes and hidden gems to some of the clearest water and whitest sand beaches in the world. We've taken you along for the ride, and the best part is, we're just getting started. So get ready for an even closer connection. We're diving headfirst into the culture, savouring local delicacies, and wandering off the beaten path. We believe it's the best way to truly experience a country, and we want to share it all with you. So my fellow adventurers, pack your curiosity and come along with us. Get ready to laugh, gasp, and maybe even shed a tear. It's going to be a roller coaster ride, that's for sure. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's make some unforgettable memories together. I have travelled for over 12 months throughout Southeast Asia, and I've stayed in Koh Chang now for 1 month.
Alright everyone, here we are back with another Real Talk video. So Real Talk's all about telling you how it is. Like, I'm not the kind of guy, we're not the channel here that's going to tell you it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, and then you get here and you realise it's not what you expected. Giving you the real facts so then you can make the best decision you can. So let's get into it. So today we're going to cover all things Koh Chang, everything you need to know before you decide to come here. So we'll cover your transport, how do you get around, what is the food like, can you work here as a digital nomad, what's the accommodation like, should you come here, is it worth it, as well as the living costs, how much does it cost to live here, and obviously a few other pointers and tips along the way. So let's get into it. So to start off with, transportation. If you are going to come to Koh Chang, one thing you do need to be mindful of is that there's no taxis, there's no Grab. You will either need to rent a scooter or a motorbike or a car just to get around. So if you've got a family or a big group of people, it might make sense to rent a car or a people mover. Otherwise, you've got the options of renting scooters and motorbikes. The other thing is, if you're booking any tours, they will quite often pick you up and drop you off at your location as well. Or the other alternative is to just get a driver for the day as well. You could always rent a car and have a driver drive you around. A lot of resorts will be on the beach anyway. If not, a lot of them will have a daily or a couple of times a day where they'll drop off and pick up down at the beach. So a lot of that just daily activity stuff, if you just want to head to the beach, that kind of stuff is already covered. But yeah, if you're looking to venture out, explore the island at all, you are going to need some kind of transportation. Food, it's pretty straightforward. It is Thai food. You can get all the great Thai food and even some unique Thai places as well. Zongzi Pad Pad is a southeastern style restaurant. It's actually really good, quite different to a lot of the Thai restaurants that you'd be used to, but flavors are amazing. Food is affordable, really good. So you've got street food markets as well, and outside of the Thai options, you've also got Western style food, so you can get burgers, pizza, all of that stuff. There's a couple of Mexican restaurants, plenty of options, but you've even can get just some barbecue by the beach. There's some really good locations where they open up the beaches and put tables and chairs on the beaches at night. and then you can sit on the beach. They'll cook you a barbecue seafood platter, and yeah, it's pretty sweet. Really nice food, and yeah, just really chill, relaxed kind of atmosphere. As far as the activities and adventures go, look, there is a lot you can do from Koh Chang. One of my favorites is visiting the ghost ship there. That's definitely pretty awesome. You definitely have to go down to White Sand Beach and see one of the fire shows at night, or just capture a sunset with a few drinks and some food. It's pretty amazing. Sunsets are pretty awesome from anywhere in Thailand, and Koh Chang definitely doesn't disappoint at all. It's pretty awesome. I went even during rainy season, and look, even at that time I got some pretty amazing sunsets, so definitely worth checking out those. You do have options of doing some island tours, kayaking. You could kayak to a nearby island. There's White Sand Beach, there's Lonely Beach to check out as well. Plus, just grab a scooter and just cruise around the island. There's a lot to see and do. You can do island hopping tours as well to Koh Mak, Koh Kud and other places. You do have to be mindful though, in rainy season the water can be a bit choppy. They don't do all the tours, so it does depend on the time of year that you're going to what's available. So just bear that in mind. But in low season, when it's rainy season, they might not have enough numbers to do tours and things like that. But if you're going through high season, it's not an issue at all. So when it comes to culture on the island, there's no amazing temples to check out. It's not like other parts of Thailand, which some of the temples are quite amazing, but it is an island with some of the whiter sand and those turquoise coloured beach, so you go there for a different reason. So definitely worth checking out for a month if you're going to go there, but don't expect to get a lot of the Thai Buddhist culture that you experience in other parts of Thailand. But plenty of adventures. There's hiking treks you can do. You might need a tour guide though. Trekking through the rainforest, there's not a lot of people up there, so if you do get caught or stuck or something and you don't have phone reception, you might not be found. So I'd recommend going with a guide, or at least someone that knows the area and can go for help if it's needed, if something were to happen. Obviously I don't want that to happen to you guys, of course, but always good to be aware of that once you're trekking somewhere remote. Having that safety precaution is something that you do have to be mindful of for sure. So stay safe out there, everyone. Also, if you're going to go on any of these adventures, being a traveller, we do suggest on this channel that you do have some kind of travel insurance. Now, our choice is Safety Wings, so I do have a link to Safety Wings in the description below. Look, they offer comprehensive cover for travellers, especially digital nomads. They're probably the #1 travel insurance on the market for digital nomads. Yeah, definitely check them out. We'll have a link in the description below where you can sign up for them. It is affordable, competitive. They do cover motorbikes, a lot of travel and adventure stuff. They cover a lot of the things that a lot of travel insurers put as restrictions or exclusions. So yeah, check them out. Up, accommodation. So when it comes to accommodation in Koh Chang, look, you've got everything from the hotel rooms to resorts. There's a lot of resorts being that it is on an island, and then you've got your backpacker places as well. So those are your kind of three, your hotel motel type places, resorts and backpackers. So there's different places for different budgets. I stayed at the Enika Koh Chang Resort. I'll give you guys a bit of the video, just a quick run through. I did do a full video on the Enika Koh Chang Resort, so if you want to check that out, I will leave a link to that as well below. I certainly recommend checking out the place. It is a lot of resorts. Airbnbs are a bit limited on the island, so I recommend you check out like the big websites. My favourite's booking.com. They have some really good deals. I'll leave a link for booking.com on Koh Chang, save you some of the hassle, so you can click on that and just search your dates that you want to travel. And another tip as well,
is important to always check the reviews, but just click the drop down and also check most recent reviews, because you can get caught out. Sometimes they could be under construction, doing renovations, have problems with noises during the day, or they could have problems with their internet connection. So if you want to see what the experience you can expect through recent reviews, just select the drop down, check the most recent reviews just to make sure that the reviews are relevant to what you can experience as well. So can you work here as a digital nomad? So yes, you can. Surprisingly, the internet, we're getting over 80 megabytes a second upload and over 100 megabytes a second download speed. So working there was never a problem. We never had internet cut out at all. Koh Chang internet is pretty solid. No problems at all for working as a digital nomad. So if that's something you're worried about, don't be. Book your trip to Koh Chang for sure.
So Wi-Fi is pretty fast on Koh Chang.
One thing that I've learned as a traveller as well is having to deal with the ATM fees or exchanging currency. To save yourself a headache, I got into Wise. So Wise essentially allows you to transact to many different currencies. It lets you withdraw currency in 40 different countries as well. So transfer and withdrawals are available in Thailand. You do save a lot on foreign exchange fees by just using them to transfer money. It's cheaper than my bank. They do have a discount for your first couple of transactions each month as well. They do offer them for free at an ATM. So it can reduce those ATM fees, and also the foreign exchange scams if you are exchanging, because that can be a nightmare. If you're taking cash, you don't know what rate they're going to offer you at the time you go. A lot of people get burnt, especially at a lot of popular tourist locations. I haven't heard of it in Koh Chang, but it's certainly more common in places like Phi Phi Island and Phuket, where if you are exchanging your US currency, Australian currency, they'll just offer you what they can and get money out of you that way. So be careful out there. Scams do happen. Save yourself the headaches and the money. Use Wise. I do have a link for them as well down in the description and comments below, so check them out. I use it, I swear by it. It saves me a lot of hassle. Transactions happen within a minute. So if I'm trying to put money on a card to pay for something, it doesn't take long. And they do send you a physical card. You can use a digital card with your digital wallets. Everything is available. Easy transfers, quite instant, using a Soko as well. So peace of mind for traveling. You can easily freeze and cancel, replace a card if something goes wrong as well. And they do have a good fraud detection team as well. So all of that is available through Wise. Something I recommend. I use with me all the time when I travel. Check them out as well if you're going to do regular traveling, or even need to save yourself those hassles and avoid scams while you're traveling overseas. So next up we have what the cost of living was. So I'll break down what the costs were for the full month of staying in Koh Chang. As always, I'll give you the breakdown in US dollars, Australian dollars and Great British pound as well. I'll give you the breakdown of the cost as a couple, and then an estimate for what it would cost as a single person. I did rent a motorbike from time to time. We didn't do it every day, but just the days that I wasn't working in the studio editing videos and wanted to get out. There was a place just up the road, so I just walked up there and just rented a motorbike for 24 hours whenever I needed it. So I ended up spending 3,060 baht all up. Pharmacy items, we spent 1,200. For groceries, it was 4,403 baht. For food and drinks, for the month, we spent 17,980 baht. So for tickets, so for tours, you do have to pay for the ghost ship. It's $100 entry per person. Any travel adventure stuff that you do around the island, you're probably going to need some tickets for. For that, we spent 3,480. Mobile phones, 350. That was because I only topped up for myself while we're there, so normally it'd be more than that.
And then for accommodation, it was 27,500 baht. In total for a couple, it's 57,980 baht. For a single person, we estimate it to be 44,220 baht. Should you come to Koh Chang, is it really worth it? For sure, yes. It is one of those islands. If you want to relax and chill, just hang out at the beaches, enjoy some peaceful time rather than hectic kind of city environment like Phuket, Bangkok or Pattaya. Koh Chang is a perfect getaway place. It's beautiful for a holiday, a good getaway for sure. There's some things that you're going to see there that you're just not going to see in other parts of Thailand too, like the ghost ship. There's some really good Thai cultural experiences you can get eating the food there, or just having some really cheap barbecue seafood down at the beach. Like, you just don't really get that in many other places around Thailand. It's definitely one of those places for adventures. They've got some pretty decent nightlife as well. It's not quite back to where it was pre-COVID, but look, it is coming back, and all it takes is more people to go there and it'll be back in full swing like it was. So there's definitely nightlife there in the main strips, but it's not as common in the quieter areas. So areas like Lonely Beach hasn't quite bounced back yet, or Kai Bay area. But yeah, White Sand Beach is your main area. Head down there, get the fire shows. A lot of pubs and clubs are still open late at night. Yeah, they still got pretty good nightlife. Still a lot of tourists going every time of the year, so you can always go there and have a good time as well. If you've got time, you want to check out Koh Chang, I definitely recommend it. Next up, I'm off to another country. Gonna check out a major city from a country that I've been to earlier this year. Haven't been to this place before. I am excited to share the videos and content with you guys. Yeah, there's a few adventures. I'm gonna get a tuxedo made there because I've got a friend's wedding coming up back in Australia that I've got to get to as well. So after the next country, I am heading to Australia as well. So a lot to come. If that sounds good to you, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on a video. Make sure you turn on the bell notifications. That's what's required to get the notifications from YouTube. If you have subscribed already, thank you. We do appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.